The reason why we are here is because Wangari Maathai was doing that fighting.
I had the education. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew what needed to be done. But at the same time, when I went back home, I was constantly being reminded, one, I'm an African woman, and so there are certain things I shouldn't do, certain thinking that I shouldn't really entertain.
Na mama moja anajitokeza na kwa desturi mama kwa Kiafrika lazima kuheshimu wanaume. Na mimi nauliza akina mama, muko wapi kutudiscipline moja wapo wenu ambaye amevuka mpaka?
I had never thought of myself as an African woman. I never thought of myself as a woman to begin with. I was always seeing myself as the other one.
What do the numbers say? When you look at the UN website, there's a part of it that UN Women says that for every 100% rights that men have achieved in 2026, women have only gotten to 64%.
Yes.
So we are a stifling 36% behind. And one of the things that led to this campaign is them saying, look, if we continue in this trajectory, we think that it will take us another 286 years to get to where men are in their rights.
286
yes.
years.
That's more than 2.5 decades, almost 3 decades. When you look at the situation of countries that are at war, we've said time and again on this channel, the first to be affected, to bear the brunt of it are women and children. So then how do we improve how women are getting their rights? By giving them justice, giving them equal protections, to get them to a place where we are not saying in times of war or in case there's a health crisis or in case of a problem, women are the first line of suffering.
Yeah.
So that's why I really liked this theme for 2026. Hi guys, welcome to the Rundown. My name is Mihala Barasa.
And I'm Dani Nziuko.
And today, do you want to start us off?
Yes. So today we're going to have a International Women's Day special. Today we're going to be talking about the 2026 theme for the International Women's Day. Okay? So for our Woman Unplugged episode for this month, we're going to be having a celebration for the International Women's Day. Yeah, so we'll start. We found 2 themes online. The first theme is the theme that has been given by the United Nations, which is rights, justice, action for all women and girls. Then the second theme, which is a broader global campaign, is Give to Gain. So we'll touch a little bit on the UN theme, then we'll go into the Give to Gain theme. All right? Yes. Okay, so first of all, International Women's Day is being observed on 8th of March.
2026.
Okay, so I hope you're having a lit March. Okay, and we are hoping that whatever we're going to be discussing in this episode and whatever other organizations and women are going to be doing surrounding this theme will bring about impact
and positive change.
Yes. Okay, so looking at the rights, justice, action for all girls, maybe Mihala, what can you tell us about it?
I liked this theme. I actually liked this theme better than Give to Gain.
Okay.
Because when you see the way it's worded, it says rights, full stop, justice, full stop, action, full stop, for all in capital, women and girls.
Yes.
Like each of those things is a complete sentence. Like it's not this and this and this and this or this, then this, then this. It's like this. Give this as an independent.
Yes.
Give justice as an independent item. We want action as an independent item for all women and girls.
Yes.
I like this also because when you look at the Kenyan situation, before I graduated to the numbers, when you look at the Kenyan situation, one of the things that women have been fighting for a really long time is femicide.
Yes.
And it's been on the rise in the past 5 to 10 years, like really, really on the rise.
Yes.
Just a few weeks ago, the Law Society of Kenya had women and girls on the streets talking about sexual exploitation and sexual harassment. These are safeguarding issues. These are issues of life and death. What does that then tell you? There's a part of women's right to life on that femicide issue that is amiss, that we need to address. When you look at sexual harassment, and I'm not saying men are not sexually harassed, I'm just saying it's more rampant in women. Again, there's a safeguarding issue there that we've not gotten right. So there's an element of rights that continue to be violated day in, day out, even with the strides that women have made so far. And we can, in good conscience, say, I saw a post on X, I think it was today morning or yesterday, of a lady saying, I am the first in my lineage to travel without a husband. And people are like she got so much love. People are like, I hope this girl is having a good day wherever she is. Like, I hope the people that went before us to allow us to have to enjoy such rights and such instances know how much we do appreciate them going before us. But what do the numbers say? When you look at the UN website, there's a part of it that UN Women says that for every 100% rights that men have achieved in 2026, women have only gotten to 64%.
Yes.
So we are a stifling 36% behind. And one of the things that led to this campaign is them saying, look, if we continue in this trajectory, we think that it will take us another 286 years to get to where men are in their rights.
286
years.
years.
That's more than 2.5 decades, almost 3 decades, for them to get to that equality. And why is the UN so keen on women's rights and justice to women? It's because when you look at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Article 7, which is really it's high there, and at the core of it is all are equal before the law. That's a complete sentence.
Yes.
All of us are equal before the law. But then what happens to that equality? It says we are also entitled without discrimination to equal protections under those laws. So we are equal before the laws, yes. But then But then what? If there are protections that are supposed to be accorded to each of us, then all of us are supposed to be accorded equal protection. But then when you look at, and I'm going off chart here, when you look at the situation of countries that are at war, we've said time and again on this channel, the first to be affected, to bear the brunt of it are women and children. So then how do we improve how women are getting their rights? By giving them justice, giving them equal protections, to get them to a place where we are not saying in times of war or in case there's a health crisis or in case of a problem, women are the first line of suffering.
Yeah.
So that's why I really liked this theme for 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's I like the fact that they have given us the statistics on the disparity between women and men when it comes to legal rights. And even telling us that if we continue with the trajectory we are continuing with, it's going to take us 286 years to bridge that gap. So that means we need to take action now. We cannot keep continuing with things as they are. Laissez-faire will not work.
It's not working.
Yes.
And when I was looking at those statistics, I appreciated something else, that there are countries where our laws are more progressive than other countries. Like, for example, the woman that I imagine is from the Middle East that was saying, this is the first in my lineage to travel without a husband or without a male partner.
Yeah.
That is not a problem in Kenya. Yes, we can travel without partners, we can travel without husbands and things like that. Yeah, or a male counterpart. I think this theme for me also made me register the disparity in even how those laws are applied, not just to women, but state to state. Yes. Because there are countries that women's rights are literally in the gutter. And I think that's what then pulls down the number to 64%. Because I'd imagine on that grid, there are countries that maybe those rights go maybe up to like maybe a good 80, a good 70, maybe like 90 even. I'm just guessing. But then there are countries that maybe they are at 10 or 15%. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. And I think even as we look at all these things, we need to remember sometimes I hear some people saying, oh, women in Kenya like to complain. They don't know how tough things are for women in other countries. And we're like, yes,
we know.
And that's why we are talking. And even for women in Kenya, there are a lot of issues that need to be addressed, like the femicide issue, the issue that came up in February about sexual harassment in LSK, or rather members of LSK, not the LSK itself. Yes, the members. And the lawyers coming out to ask, what is LSK doing to protect
young ladies.
Young ladies that are coming into the profession. Yeah. And, I think it's just an issue of sometimes people haven't come out to talk about it. Because even when you look at it, in this country, we still have women who are going through FGM.
Yes.
We still have women who are going into early marriages. That means that they're not having equal rights.
They do not.
With the girl that is in Nairobi that's going to school, up to all the way to university.
That cannot even fathom FGM.
Exactly. That means that the boy in that village is able to go to school without the risk of being married off when they get to upper primary or when they hit puberty. So that means that we have not yet achieved equal rights across the country. Yeah. Issues of women or young ladies being unable to go to school or go to work because they cannot afford sanitary products. So that means they have to stay home for a few days. That happens a lot in the slums and in the rural areas. So that girl who hasn't gone to school for 3 days, is she at the same level with the boys?
Probably not.
Yeah. And even for her to get the same grade or better grades than the boys, it means she's putting in more effort compared to the boys. Yeah. When we talk about politics, did you know that women in Kenya and African countries, part of the reason why they don't vie for politics is because of security risk? Yeah. The women are scared. They're like, I don't want to go to a rally and people are there
pulling me left, right, and center.
Yeah. I don't want to go to a rally to be stripped because people are fighting. I don't want to go to a rally and my hair is being pulled out in the middle of a fight, or I'm being targeted by my opponents. I can't drive home by myself. I have to get a bodyguard. I have to, which is expensive.
It is.
Because I should be able to, if I want to be an MP, how much is an MP's salary for me to now start hiring a bodyguard?
And then also, the other thing is, you look at it and you hear even the way women are addressed by their male counterparts in political spheres. I remember sometime listening to Justice Njoki Ndung'u, and she was talking about how when she was in parliament, like sometimes men would come and do
and
like
the weird
thing. They would like scratch your palm. She started calling out people and being like, that one is a palm scratcher, like don't shake their hand.
Yeah.
It became a whole thing, like just to, and sometimes it's the small things.
Yes.
It's literally these small things. And
you're making this person feel uncomfortable. And parliament is actually their work.
Yes.
That's
have
their
to be
office.
There.
Yes.
I remember reading from Joan Thatia. I think it must have been either I'm Too Pretty to Be Broke or Things I Will Tell My Daughter. One of the things that she was saying is, just because you think my suffering is not as big as someone else's doesn't mean that it's not valid.
Yes.
So just because you feel like the women in Kenya have made strides and they don't have to fight patriarchy and violation of human rights like probably the women in Palestine, doesn't mean that Kenyan women still don't face those discriminations that they are talking about. They might be on a smaller magnitude, yes, but remember, the reason why we are here is because Wangari Maathai was doing that fighting.
Exactly.
And I like to say, one of the people I like to talk about when I talk about soft fights for liberations is my mom. My mom is like, I feel like she's one of those people who you will not see in the front lines, but she has this silent rebellion. Like, and we came out with loud rebellion, but her rebellion is very silent. Like, she comes predominantly from a church where separation and divorce is frowned upon, but somehow she rose to the leadership of that church. You see, like, more often than not, most women in her church have a veil on, and she will sometimes go to rallies and national platforms with her short hair and no veil on her head. And sometimes you look at it and you'll be like, okay, it's strange that this woman is not wearing her veil. But these are open and silent forms of rebellion. Like, she's one of the first few people. My church is very, let me say, like, male dominated-ish. There are very few women pastors. Yet she kind of rose the ranks to make it to become one of the few doctor female pastors in the church. Like, you look at situations that women have to go through to get where they are, and then still get there, and someone is still asking you questions like, where's your husband? And you're like, really?
What does that have to do with my
Like,
leadership?
really? Like, nimepita party nominations, nimeenda parliament, nimeshaingia, people have voted me in, I am now here, and then all you want to know is where Mr. XYZ is, as if that will go into the scorecard of what I'm doing
there's something that
for my constituency.
Happened during the 2022 campaigns that people think, it was funny and hilarious and it was just fun when one of the endowed parliamentary
I was so
aspirants
disgusted.
was told by one of the number one's right-hand men
to
turn and give a show for the crowd.
I was like,
oh my God, what are we doing?
Where are we? What is this?
What? And the thing is, that clip keeps on being played until today.
Yes, it does.
And I'm asking myself, women rep in parliament, what are you doing? Like, literally, I feel like some of these things, and even for men, by the way, I keep saying, even men can be feminists.
They can.
Yes. Even for you as a man, when you're seated there and you can see a woman being demeaned, and you're seated there and laughing and having and giggling and enjoying the show, you're part of the problem.
You are.
Yeah. You should have called out your fellow man and told him, no, we're not doing that here.
This is
because he's not even a parliamentarian.
Yeah, this is not. By the
like,
way,
he has no rank at first of all. He's a person with no rank. So you can actually just tell him,
yeah,
by the way,
you're like, you
just
actually
because
do
you're
know,
so and so's BFF
don't.
doesn't mean you can get away with such
just
things.
Be like, there's a place where you can actually pay for people to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not here.
And it's not here,
yeah,
by
it's
the way.
not here.
And you cannot decide that a woman aspirant is the one who's going to entertain the crowd. And you ask yourself, why are women not vying for
political seats?
Because you're looking at it, you're like, these are the people I'm going to be walking around
deal with. Because that's the caliber of people that you're going to deal with.
Imagine. But that thing was so bad. Like, until today, when I see that clip, I'm like, why? And all you people laughing and cheering. Why? Like, it's so bad, and we need to move away from that. We need to get to a place where we respect each other despite gender and other age.
Like, just,
yes,
they're human being.
Exactly.
Like, they're human being. I respect you because you exist.
Exactly. We shouldn't, actually, when we think about equal rights for women, we should actually remember it's not just little things like, and it's not little, but I mean, it's not just issues to do with education or healthcare. It's also how you treat the women. Yeah. Because would you ask your fellow man
to turn and twerk?
Yes.
Actually, would you? Exactly. Like, ask yourself.
Yeah.
And I liked, that's one of the things I appreciated about Alice as a boss is she was not tolerant to.
Oh yes.
She was like, just like, you will not sexually harass people in this office.
Yeah.
You will not speak to women badly, and you will not send them for tea.
By the way.
She was just like, there are things you will not, and they will not take your
that
notes.
thing of sending women for tea.
You will not.
Have you seen it on social media? People talking about how you get into management meeting. Probably you're the only lady or the youngest lady, and people expect you to serve them tea. Anyway.
Thanks, online meetings.
But actually, now that you've said that, where we used to work, we had a lot of decent people.
We did.
We
actually did.
Yes. Because I remember even one of the GMs, the funny one, the hilarious one. Like, you'd be in a meeting with him. If he's seated near the dispenser and you want water, he'll just go and pick for you water. Like, and this is a man that's older than you.
Yes. Funnier than you.
Several job groups above you.
Yeah. So actually, we had a group of decent people.
We had a very, very, very interesting group. Okay. And I think one of the things that was also interesting to see in the UN theme was one of the things they're pushing for is having more women in the justice system. Yes. Because if we have more women in the justice system, then they would probably be able to shape the judicial system to be able to work for women. Yeah.
I think I like that, because one of the things that we keep talking about is, why is it that it's male legislators that are legislating menstruation and reproductive health rights? And I usually like that discourse of like, if it's men that are like, if you can make one.
Yes.
That 9 months thing, like it takes one woman how many months to get pregnant? To get pregnant and give birth, a lady, you have to take 9 months.
Yes.
And one man can impregnate someone every, like, why isn't male contraception a big conversation?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like, why isn't it a big and open conversation?
They're the ones who should be going for
Yes.
vasectomy.
So it's, I think that's and then also we understand more. I think I hate this word, from a victim's perspective, you are able to understand what kind of discrimination comes a little bit more than from the person who's the perpetrator. And there was this TikTok clip. Aki, I hope, Marvin, you find that clip for us and put it here, where there was this random guy doing interviews on the street, and they were like, would you live on a planet with all men?
Would you live on a planet with only men?
No.
No.
Probably not.
And they were asking even guys, and guys were like, hell no.
Oh man, fuck no. Absolutely fucking not. Where's the nearest cliff?
If there's beer, maybe. No, it will be pretty boring.
Probably not.
Hell no. And then they're like, would you live on a planet with all women? They're like, hey, yeah, like, yes.
Live in a planet of all women. Yeah, it'd be so peaceful. I would have the best time. Would be interesting, yeah. I would feel very safe.
Live on a planet with only women.
Bro, what kind of question is this? Definitely, 100%. Yes, 100%, yeah.
Would you live on a planet with all women? Yeah.
If you look at that clip, you actually now do know the danger,
Yes.
even the perceived danger of being around, because even men themselves are like,
No.
all dudes?
They're not living in a world with all dudes.
Please God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Marvin has laughed when
When we talked about the vasectomy.
when we talked about the vasectomy thing. I know it has been a very male contraceptive has been a very touchy subject for a lot of people, but it's something that we actually need to talk about because women, there are a lot of, when it comes to contraception, the hormonal issues that surround the whole thing to do with hormonal contraceptives, there's so much that is affected in their bodies when they take contraception. Yeah. So if we are talking about equal rights for both men and women, then probably yes.
Yeah,
Let's have
there should be an IUD form for men.
yes.
Just say yes.
Just say. By the way,
say yes.
they're the ones who can impregnate people.
Oh.
Let's go. Let them be. Let a contraception come for them.
Did you see that person that was saying ati Gen Z methali fimbo ya mbali ugongewa? Anyway.
Oh my God.
Sorry for another day.
Yes. There was some. when we talk about for all women and girls, I know people like to talk about the difference between equality and equity. But what we are trying to say is we want everybody to be
included. Yes.
We want everyone to be able to go to school. We want everyone to be able to have the same opportunities. If it's a job, let me go fight it out with my male counterpart.
Actually,
it doesn't matter whether I am married, I have children, I have, does not matter who I go home to in the evening. That is none of
we
anyone's
just
business.
want sisi wote tupewe your chance.
Tupewe chance. Wewe ufike tu hapo, you fight it out. You get. And even when you're looking at that, one of the things lately I've been very conscious about when I get into buildings, I look at it and I ask myself, is it accessible for persons living with disability? One, if there was an emergency, how would a person living with disability be evacuated?
Get out, yes.
In the offices, ladies, when they are expectant, what is, like, are there provisions to make their life easier? I think for me, I would say when I had my first child, it was during the pandemic and we were working from home, so probably didn't have...
you didn't have to think through a lot of those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I think about it, I'm like, wait. Going to the office, I need to be in the office by 8. What if I have morning sickness? How?
Right? How do I handle that? Like, yes. Actually, yeah. Come to think of it.
Yes. How do you handle... Because, when we're working from home, you'll deal with your morning sickness.
in your room.
In your room, and you go. And you log into your computer. Someone will chat you. You'll respond to them after 10 minutes. No one will actually know what you're going through. But how do women handle some of these things on a day-to-day? Like, I actually sometimes think about it. I'm like, hey, where? Okay, so you're coming to... And you have... Where? And I'm thinking, wow, how do we... How do we have a policy for women to work from home during morning sickness? I know people will tell me women have been going to work.
Yeah, but then that's also the other thing. Like, women have been... That does not mean it's not been difficult.
Yes, that doesn't mean... Even when the people who tell us, your grandmothers used to give birth and go to the shamba in the evening. I'm
like, yeah, they did.
They did. So now I don't want to spoil our backs.
I don't want to do it. Like, I want an easier life.
Yeah, like, why should we suffer the same things they suffered? They suffered to get into the workforce. They suffered to get equal opportunities to the men. Why should we continue
suffering?
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of things that we probably need to think about when we are looking at equal rights and justice for women. And what action are we taking? Because action is part of the theme.
It's part of the theme.
Yes. What action are we taking? Within your space, what action are you taking?
Yeah.
For yourself, for your daughter, for the people from your village, the people around you? What action are you taking? Yes. Are you the type of person who, when probably you're a manager and a lady who is reporting to you comes and tells you they've gone through sexual harassment, are you the type of person who brushes it off?
Who dismisses it?
Yes. Or tells them...
Or are you the person who says, let's investigate?
It's not good to ruffle feathers. No, if we start ruffling feathers...
someone has ever told me that. Anyway. Good for them.
Let's not ruffle feathers. I was like, she didn't know you're there.
I was like, my whole personality is ruffling feathers. What do you mean? I'm here because I've ruffled a feather.
Tell them, you told the wrong girl.
I was like, oops.
I am the feather ruffler.
Of all. First of my
name.
But I like the way you brought in the action part, because we do... part of my peeve with the action part is we have policies, we have all those beautiful policies, we have them somewhere in a book, we have laws, we have guidelines, we have it's like, where is the implementation? I think the action part for it is like, now implement this beautiful sexual harassment policy that you have put up.
Yes.
This beautiful document that LSK says, okay, look, we have a safeguarding policy, we have a sexual harassment and whatnot. Implement. Like, show us your teeth. It's fine. We've seen it. You've got any, show us your teeth. Like, get some action on it. And there's no way we are going to get to that 100% from the 64 if there's no deliberate, immediate, and progressive action.
That's true.
And it can't be this action and then we stop. This action and then we stop. This action and then we stop. I kind of do like part of our laws that talks about the 2/3 gender rule. At this point, it's become almost like an absolute issue of sorts. Even in private spaces, you'll see people trying to get that balance. And sometimes it's usually not because there's a punishment that comes with it. Sometimes just like now it's become the norm. It's like, yes, 2/3. Like, do you respect the 2/3 gender rule? Where are women in this? They might not be included as part of the conversation because we know how Kenyans are, but where are they? So we need to move to, okay, they're here. Then what opportunities are we giving to them? What conversations are they being part of?
That's true.
Yes.
Okay. I get that. All right. Before we finish the episode on the first theme, let's jump into the second theme. The second theme is give to gain. Okay. All right. So, Mihala, you can start us off. What do you, when you hear give to gain, what does that ring? What does it sound like in your mind?
What, off the top of my head? For me, give to gain, when I had it first, I thought, okay, I like the UN theme, but this is the most women-centric theme there could be, because women are naturally givers.
Yes.
So I think the theme or the campaign for this year is moving us from just giving, is like, okay, we are giving, but then what are we getting in return to what we are giving? I think at the core of it, again, is what kind of support can you as women give, and what kind of support can you as women be given? I know there's an argument to the extent that, yes, it's asking us women to, but then it's also asking us, after you give, what is it that you get after that giving? And my first thought around it was, okay, give to gain for me majorly is mentorship, because that's one of the major things that women are giving. And then, like, what do we get after mentoring? And I think this was actually sparked by one of the campaigns we're having at work, because we have a very robust women in leadership. Shout out to my employer. I really love my job. We have one of the biggest women in leadership mentorship campaigns in our organization, and it's, if you follow through with it, it's a very good program. Yes. So my first thought of it was, okay, so as women, we are generally designed to give. That's a good thing. Then what we are now going is a step further to ask ourselves, what are we getting from the giving that you're doing? Yes.
All right. I like that. So basically what you're saying is the theme centers on reciprocity.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when you read through the different sources about this theme, it talks about when people, organizations, communities give generously in terms of opportunity and support for women, then it increases. Okay. So giving is not a subtraction, but a multiplication. So as you keep giving, then it will keep increasing opportunities and support for women. Yes. So basically, you remember back then, like the UN and other humanitarian organizations used to say, if you empower a woman, you've empowered the community.
The community.
Yes. For me, that's what it feels like. Yes.
It does, actually, yes.
When you empower the woman, you empower the community. Because she won't just... It won't just
to herself.
Exactly. She'll also share it with other people. Yes.
And it's usually, actually, it's, okay, I'm not saying that men don't give, but it's very evident.
Yeah.
Because you'd see, let's take a simple example of, let's say, women who know how to knit. I know how to knit.
Yes.
I go for my chama every Sunday. What in effect will I do? I will teach my chama how to knit.
Yes.
That is actually why even a lot of pyramid schemes have women. Because
Yes.
I found a way to make money.
We call each other.
Yes. What will I do? My first call is Ndanu. When we are going for that, our chama on Saturday, Friday, what do? We share that information. I am the group leader of, say, like a farming group somewhere. They've called us. They said, okay, if you do this, apply this fertilizer, do this. This way, you'll get more yields. What then do I do? When I go back to my home,
Yes.
I'll call my friends and be like, by the way, huku ndo tunanunua, this is what we are doing.
Yeah.
And it's because women are people who are, I think we're the custodians of connections. And I'm not saying the connections that we talk about in government, the connection that I'm talking about. Because we're the custodians of that connection, we are able to multiply it. I remember one of the initial conversations that we were having in on this channel on, I think it must have been something on empowering women. And I remember you reminding us that even initially, when USAID and those NGOs used to come, they'd come and teach us about clean houses. They'd come and teach us about, sanitation. They'd come and teach us about the basics, the common hygiene. And the health of the children started to improve. Our mortality rates, our what's it called? Maternal deaths started to reduce.
Yes.
That's just on account of giving to women. So I think that's what the increase also goes into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually very true. Women are the cornerstone of the community. Okay. So basically, this theme is a call to action, for a worldwide call to action to give and to contribute in whatever way you can contribute. So if you're a woman who has gotten some success, or you've moved up in your career, try to help pull other women up.
My sister calls, you'll see, if you look at a lot of my social media posts when I go for competitions, she usually says, please remember to send the ladder down. Yeah, so that's how she calls it, sending the ladder down.
Yeah.
Like when you're there, please remember, hold people's hands, send the ladder down.
Send the ladder down.
Yes,
Yes.
make sure.
Actually, there's one of my friends. We are in the compliance space together, and I was telling her we have a group for women in compliance. We just started out, but we haven't been very active. And I was telling her, I think one of the ways that we can get ourselves active is if we can start doing some sort of coaching and mentoring for young ladies who are getting into compliance. Because sometimes I get calls from someone, she's like, hi, I got your number from so-and-so. I've just been hired as a compliance officer. I don't know where to start. Like, what should I check first?
I do? Yes.
I have a first board coming up, And there's all that. So, of course, you'll try your best to tell them, okay, first look at 1, 2, 3. Which industry are you in? What laws and regulations should you start first of all by checking? Terms of policies, what policies should you have in your organization? But it's very ad hoc. But probably if we had sessions where we are actually catching up and talking and sharing what challenges we are facing within our space, it would actually be a good thing as women,
It would elevate the compliance experience for younger women.
For younger women, yes. Because they are probably coming in and asking themselves, hey, the chair of the Audit and Risk Committee
atanipeleka kivumbi maalum.
I don't know how to handle this, and a lot of times those are some of the issues that we face when we're getting into employment. First of all, when we're getting into a new job or entry-level negotiation. Hey, sometimes we just take what we
just,
given.
yeah. And for the longest time, that used to be my MO. I'd be like, I'm going to go in, take what they give me, and then I'm going to work my A off.
To prove myself.
Yes, and move. For some organizations, it's worked perfectly.
Yeah.
But for some where you actually really have to have advocated for yourself at job,
while getting in,
it's not easy.
It's not. And one of the things I'm really liking about Gen Zs is that that story of your salo is your secret.
No.
No.
Tell us.
Hey,
Tell us.
They are like, my friend,
Unalipa pesa ngapi?
Walikupea ngapi ukiingia?
Ukiingia?
Akanakwambia
Mimi sitaki hiyo maneno. Yeah.
I've actually met a few, and they're telling me, like, I remember when we were looking for an editor, agency sends you a quote.
Hey, you're like,
hey? And you're
like, when you see agents for Marvin?
I know.
I'm not saying that Marvin is cheap, but
Marvin is also not cheap.
I know, Marvin is also quite expensive. But
we had to get into a sponsorship arrangement.
I know. Ilibidi tukatie agents.
In fact, on that note, this episode is proudly sponsored by Lightrig Media.
In case you don't know.
Lightrig
Media. We will tag them.
In case tukose kuedit.
Anafanya hivi kwa background. Ako hivi kwa background.
Ama atuambie mem card zilipotea.
I know.
We msicheze majonzi.
Power to, by the way, I like you guys very much. Just like,
by the way, I like it. And you know, for the longest time, what used to hurt millennials and Gen Xers in the workplace is because we never used to talk to each other.
True.
Yeah. Someone gets in at even someone who is probably reporting to you, you know very well for that role, they probably should have gotten in at 100,000. Then they are given 60.
And you don't say anything.
Even you as their supervisor, you just keep quiet. You don't even go to talk to the HR and ask, why did you give my person 60,000 instead of 100,000? Like, you just let it happen. And it keeps happening because, you know, you've already affected the trajectory for that person. Because the next job they go to,
they are going to wako nyuma
already.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you know what? Gen Z's.
Semeni. You remember that time when was it last year or 2024 when people started putting the salaries that they are given in law firms on a Google sheet? We're like, oh my God.
By this, many. I'm like, you know, like we actually, and that's the only way we are going to have standardization of salaries. Yeah.
It actually is.
Yes, when people talk. And even one of the worst things that happens to married women in the workplace is people look at women with the thought of, but you have a husband. Why are you fighting so hard for an increment? Yeah, you have a husband. Is the husband coming to work with you?
Anafanya hii kazi. Ata lead compliance working group.
Yendo anatengeneza hizi risk registers. Yendo ana review hizi risk registers. Yendo
ataenda board meeting. Kama mnamtaka. And I think that
your husband.
I think that is one of the conversations that my mom usually has very profound. And you know, my mom is very soft spoken.
Yeah.
It's like, even if I brought him here, you will not like him. Like,
why are you asking about him?
Asking, what do you want him to do for you that you feel like I can't do?
Yeah. By the way, we actually need to separate women. You know that campaign for decenter men?
Yes.
Separate the woman from her husband.
From her husband.
Yeah. She has come to work the same way her husband has gone to work wherever he has gone to.
And then there was a post that someone put on Twitter the other day, and they're like, sipendi watu wenye, they asked me, unapelekanga wapi pesa na una watoto? And she went, we na we unapeleka wapi watoto na una pesa?
Moro nashinda hapo ukiongeza watoto na una pesa.
I was like,
yeah. By the way, that's also another thing that happens to single people. Companies are like, so tunamongezea pesa.
What is she going to do? You add me, I'll show you what I'll do. You add me. Add me first, then I'll show you.
Exactly. You just leave.
You add me.
Pay people what they're worth. I keep saying employment is a business transaction.
It is.
Yeah. Always remember that. It's a business transaction. Don't let people treat you badly. Yeah. In the name of, oh my God, you know, there's a lot of
the inflation is, it's okay.
Hey, please.
I am employed as we are speaking.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to you as an employed person.
When when the inflation rises, when the cost of living, cost of services rises, don't they increase the invoices for the clients? Yes.
They increase the client invoice. And if tomorrow the board said we need to get rid of 50%, if your job is on the line, it will be on the line.
Yeah.
It will not matter how much loyalty you showed to the company.
How many hours you worked until tomorrow morning. You always go to work the next year.
Right?
You always come from the office the next day. When you look kutokanga kwa office the next day
after. The day after. Unafanya walk of shame. And it's not even the fun walk of shame.
Kila siku tu unatokanga jo. Midnight ni wewe. Polisi wa alcohol kila siku ana uko soba. Kwani unatokanga wapi?
Leo tena.
Yeah, so I think I like the fact that a lot of the things that we used to hide and hold, so, I can't tell anyone this. Genders are like, we're going to talk about it. We're going to charge people fairly.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can't afford it, sorry. It's okay.
And I think I like that because I think one of where that plugs in on the Give to Gain is the concept of everyday advocacy.
Yes.
It's like every small achievement, amplify. Everything that makes you uncomfortable, amplify.
Yeah.
My mantra for the past maybe 3 years, and this has been, I'm going to make it very uncomfortable for you to disrespect me. And I'm going to make it very inconvenient for you to disrespect me.
Yeah.
So it's those situations where I feel the littlest bit of disrespect, I blow that stuff out of proportion. Like ile yenye Paul usually say, uyo, mutaenda kuanzia kwa MD and we'll go all the way down. And she will ask questions about it. I think part of what removes that bias is speaking out about it. Being like, you know what, you can't, this is not the amount of money you're paying.
Yeah.
Why are you paying her this amount of money? This is not the way you're treating person X. Why are you treating person Y the same way? You're talking about, this is not what you'd ask your male counterparts to do. Why are you asking me?
Yes.
And even that particular politician herself, she would have stood her ground and said,
No, I'm not going to do that.
Like, no, I'm not going, that's not what I came here to do.
Yes.
But I do understand also the concept of, ata pia mimi.
I hear people are scared of that guy.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe as we bring this to our close, for me, the other thing that Give to Gain leads us to ask ourselves is, what is it that I can offer in terms of resources, in terms of my voice, in terms of mentorship, in terms of collaboration? Like, what is it that I can offer someone? And in return from that particular transaction, what is it that I'm getting? And how is it bettering the community that I have been tasked by God to be part of?
Yeah. That's true. I like that because I like the fact that you brought in the aspect of tasked by God, because it talks about, you think about it as, in Genesis, we're told to be stewards. So you as a steward, you've been given something by God. What have you done with it? Yeah. Have you multiplied it, or have you just kept it to yourself? And probably as we wrap up the episode, I don't know if you have anything to say before we wrap it up.
No.
Okay, so I'd just like to read for you a few phrases of what we are supposed to give at work, at home, in the community, and how to advance women around us. Number 1, give respect, give donations, organizations, give visibility.
Let's go back to donations. Give donations. I think one of the people that the government of Kenya and the sports ministry has failed is Angela Okutoi. That girl is one of the best tennis players of the century in this country and arguably in Africa.
Yes.
She is asking for 10 million, which is a drop in the ocean for most of our politicians, to be given that, to be able to train to go to the Olympics and the Worlds. For this Women's Day, I implore you, sports ministry, look for that 10 million and give it to that girl.
Yeah.
She's not asking, in fact, she's not asking for this money to go and perambulate. This is money that arguably has been was found in someone's house in
Right.
yes,
in
a suitcase somewhere. Sports ministry, find that money. Salim Mvurya, tafadhali tafuta hizo pesa, give it to that lady. She's not asking for much. Just 10 million. 10 million is a drop in the ocean to you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
And if we want to advance sports in the country, we actually need to start supporting them.
We do.
Yeah.
Because we know for a fact you're not going to build her a tennis court. You're not going to give her a coach. You're probably don't even care about her nutrition and supplements. All you care about is posting her on the Team Kenya page.
Who is this guy? There's this guy. Is it the guy for, what is it called? The one for three?
The darts. Oh,
The
Nani,
darts guy.
Davy.
The one who
Yes, I love him. I love him so much.
the one who went and won, and then
Yes.
after he won, the ministry started
Posting him on the
him,
page.
and then they hadn't supported him to
At
go in
all.
the first
Apparently,
place.
they told him that they can't give him money because
It's not a sport.
it's not a sport. I was like, EABL, are you watching this? Anyway,
Yeah.
just give the girl money.
Yes.
I implore you, I request you, I in fact beg you. If you have the 10 million, set it aside and give it to that lady. She should not be asking for funds from the public.
True.
She's actually
When we
a
have a
national-
Ministry of
yeah,
Education,
She's-
sports.
of sports. She's
Yeah.
actually a national treasure.
True.
Yeah.
So after that, you need to give visibility. Okay. Opportunities for women. Give knowledge. Give funding. Give justice. Give resources. Give a voice to women. Give protection. We've just talked about female politicians and the security risks around them. Actually, when we were talking about the female judge, like issues to do with menstruation being adjudicated by male judges, and we don't have female judges on that panel, sometimes you find there's no woman there who actually understands that. And I remembered of a time when Millie Odhiambo was telling men in parliament, I fight for reproductive health because I know what it means not to have children. You know, Mav, look for that clip and play it. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, I am bringing what is called the Family Reproductive Health Care Bill, based on my own personal experience on reproductive issues. Mr. Speaker, when I was in the office of the Attorney General, I was admitted, because I used to be admitted every month when I was on my menses.
Because they actually understand some of those issues. Give truth. Give equal pay. Give celebration. Give sponsorship. Give mentoring. Give credit. Oh, hapa kwa mentoring. Wacha hapa kutuambia ati, you know, I'm a man, I cannot mentor women.
People say that.
Yeah.
Then Munai would have been in a lot of trouble.
Shout out to my first boss in risk, William, still my number one mentor in risk. I am telling you, when I am stuck somewhere, I'm like, hi, how do I come up with this framework? See. Give credit, give budget, give introductions.
Introductions.
Give workshops, give opportunities, give safety, give training, give stretch assignments. Yes.
Lakini kuna watakingi stretch goals, but yes, we'll give you stretch assignments.
Yes. Okay. Sio za Omoris. Give momentum, give role models, give growth, give access, give time. Yes.
I like that list.
Yeah.
I like that list. And there's also the group of, there's also the group that says, I do not want to be a role model, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, again, like Ndanu said, stewardship.
Yes.
If you're a believer, and even if you're not a believer, to be honest, there's something to be said about a level of responsibility that you have if you're in a higher position of power in an organization, in your life, or in an institution. Automatically, people will look up to you, even without you wanting it. Give
To gain.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching. This
Yes.
has been a hot episode. I thought it
Yeah.
would be shorter.
I also thought so too. But I think we've enjoyed ourselves.
We have.
Yes.
We need to do more like, for our next 4 episodes, I think we'll do more conversational episodes.
Yes.
We'll
yes.
do one educative and more conversational.
More conversational. Okay.
By the way, Gen Z Buddy has a channel. You know the Gen Z Buddy? You know the Gen Z Buddy? My phone unajua Gen Z Buddy? How do you guys not know you know her, you just don't know she's the one. She's always like she's the one that's always switching on the big TV channel and laughing at must goes
mishaps. We want to see her after the episode.
I will show you.
Please
You
show
know
me.
her. She has a channel with with two other boys. I can't, for the love of me, remember the name of the two boys, but I'll plug you so that you subscribe.
Okay.
Yeah. Finishing up with Woman Unplugged, did you know that allegedly Governor Wavinya has been asked to pay a former employee 4.2 million?
Yes, I saw
because
that.
someone said, Nini, one
term.
One what?
But actually...
Alafu akamfuta. Akaambiwa,
Okay, anyway.
Mupatie bilioni 4.2.
Yes. And I think I keep saying one of the things that keeps the middle class in Kenya in perpetual problems, where we are being overtaxed, is because we are scared of speaking up against bad governance. We are scared if I take a political stance, I'm going to be fired from my job. I'm scared if I come out to go for a protest and I'm seen on TV, my boss is going to say, I'm not good for the brand. You know, if I take a political stance, people are going to say, oh, you know, it's not good, you know, our company, we don't, you know, or you're feeling like, but now if I'm the one who goes out, now how will people see me? Like, my friend, middle class, look at your pay slip. Take a look at it again and ask yourself if your silence is helping you. True. Look at all that money that's being deducted and ask yourself if your silence is helping you.
Jite mkutano.
Yeah.
Jite mkutano.
And I'm not saying let's go online and abuse people. Let's not abuse anyone.
That's not it.
We're not going to abuse anyone, but we're going to call out bad governance.
There's supposed to be some sort of action.
Yes.
And calling out bad governance, like you said, doesn't mean you have to abuse or you have to like go on X and go on a rampage of how unsmart someone is.
Yeah.
It's just, some of it is just asking the right questions.
Exactly.
Like, I am very interested in knowing where that 3 million or 5 million that lit a Christmas tree in September went.
By the way.
I am very interested.
Or where they got that Christmas tree.
Or where in September. I am extremely interested in where that money went.
Yeah.
Like, let's call out bad governance.
It's true. Let's not be scared of, oh, this is going to do what to me. Let's call out bad governance, guys.
There might be 4.2 million for you at the end of the tunnel. Here touched me somewhere. I was like, the magistrate or judge that made this judgment so bad.
I remember, I think you had told me a story of one of your friends or colleagues in your younger days who was fired by a prominent lawyer because they did not support that person politically.
Yes,
they were working for that person's law firm.
And they were like, no.
And they don't support the person politically, and the person fired them. And I'm like,
imagine.
What does my job in the law firm have to do with your
political aspirations?
Politically.
Like, you've gained an enemy for life.
You know?
What?
Like, probably I was not even a political person, but now...
Because of what? A person who doesn't even vote in your constituency.
Imagine.
Or county.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you for watching today's episode. Please tell us in the comment section what you're doing today for the International Women's Day, how you're going to give back to your community, and how you're going to fight for equal rights and opportunities for women.
Remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's go down there and subscribe. Remember to follow us on our various social media platforms. Our name on Instagram is @therundownke. Same to TikTok, same to Facebook. My handle on all social media platforms is @Mihala Barasa.
And I'm Danunz Yuko on all my social media platforms.
And until we see you guys next time,
Bye.